There are two dimensions to mastery: breadth and depth. Your breadth of mastery is the number of things you've mastered, whereas your depth is how well you've mastered each of those things. So let's say you're learning to play the violin. Okay, your breadth of mastery would be the number of things you can do with the violin, whereas your depth of mastery would be how well you can do each of those things. So the greater the breadth and depth, the greater the overall extent of your mastery. So how do you assess mastery? Breadth is very difficult to assess because you tend to know at least something about a lot of things. So in order to be able to test your breadth of knowledge, you really have to create boundaries. For example, science is a huge field, so you're probably not going to be able to test yourself to see how much of science do you know. But let's say you're studying a textbook on science. Well, that textbook creates some boundaries. All you have to do is ask yourself, how much of that textbook do you know? And the answer to that question, the best way to find the answer to that question, is simply to create your own quizzes. And those quizzes will help you to know what it is that you know and what you don't know. Depth of mastery can also be difficult to test, but here's a formula that can help. Depth of mastery is equal to accuracy plus speed. So accuracy is the correctness of the thing. If you're reciting a quote or a vocabulary word, were you able to do so correctly? But accuracy alone is not enough. Speed is just as important. Speed could be the rate at which you do something, or it could be how smoothly or naturally you do it. Think of fluency. When we say that someone is fluent in a language, what we mean is that they can speak it accurately and easily. Now, memorizing a dictionary will make you accurate, but if it takes you more than 5 minutes to put together a sentence, you're not fluent. When I'm memorizing a flashcard, the way I can tell that I've mastered that card is when I can say it quickly and correctly. If I say it incorrectly, or it takes me more than 5 seconds to remember, or I stammer at all, then I know that I need to keep practicing. To summarize, if you're trying to assess your breadth of mastery, first define the boundaries of your topic, and then create some type of test that will show you which areas you've mastered and which you need to work on some more. If you want to determine the depth of your mastery, how well you know the content, then focus upon your accuracy and your speed.